Thank you.
There you go. So it's gonna be fun stuff today. It's not be very long, but we'll just have to do some stuff quick. So welcome. Thank you for attending our monthly session. And if you don't know me,
Thank you
I'm
for having us.
Lawrence. Lawrence, and I awakened last year, April 14, and since then I'm in a accelerated program by my guide, Spirit Team, and now I am a psychic surgeon, and I'm going to the direction where I'm teaching people on how to do psychic surgery and doing psychic surgery as well. And on that note, there's a ton of different psychic surgeons per se, and I'm the one that installs. And at the time, right now, we have at most created 1,900 skills that I haven't put out yet. Probably the public ones are the most basic ones, but we won't have a installation today. Probably on the Dragon Thunder October 20, we will do that's a very heavy skill that we will install for everyone, but it's still watered down so that everyone don't get their spiritual circuits burned down. So right now, what we will be doing is that we will be taking massive stuff from your lineages, everything, even your life, all of your lives right now. We will try to take something. I cannot say it first yet. And this will affect your positive manifestation. I have to say positive because you may have still negative emotions or negative thoughts that you're still working on that it may be manifesting in you right now, but we're focusing on positive manifestation, major, minor. It will accelerate it and help you with it. And for the ones who have attended this call, you have a bonus that we will be doing later on, which is same as the main service that we will do. But since you attended, we will do some kind of more acceleration with your manifestations. So that's the surprise for today. So everyone who attend the live, we will do extra work on the back. Everyone can see it. So next time you can attend. But so the first thing, the things that we will be doing right now is I will be taking away all of your karmic debts. Karmic debts are like victims of your past lives or parallel lives. Karmic debts is like some of your promises that you couldn't fulfill anymore, or it's already in the lower timeline. Everything. When I'm saying karmic debts, it's not just this timeline. I'm covering all of your existence, each and every part. So some of these karmic debts are being imposed on you because you haven't paid them, or you didn't have enough to repay them, or you have to reincarnate to redo them so that you can repay them. But I have been doing massive grid work every day, more than 10 times a day, that I have earned almost infinite amount of karmic points. Now I'm spending it to repay your karmic debts. And that applies to those who will be able to watch this video. So it's fine. Don't worry, it won't run out. I have a lot. My team is already telling me, spend it out. It's too much for you to enjoy. So I hope everyone...
So you're like the spiritual Elon Musk.
No, not really. But anyway, so that's number one. I will be buying off, taking all of your karmic debts, and I will be repaying them all off with mine. It balances everything. Who is affected walks home happy. What they ever put on you to stop you from manifesting or hindering you to accelerate you in this timeline, a lot of them will be severed. The next one is like will be all of your karmic ties, parallel lives in here, especially the ones that is you couldn't let go. I will cut them and I will inject synchronicities that will help you let them go. and to see that it's not for your highest best good, and to see and to justify that letting them free just gives them space so that they can go where they need to be in this timeline. Not really say much about that one, but karmic ties. And it applies as well to all of your, what do you call this, incarnations, all of your iterations in all dimensions. The last one is will instill forgiveness. It's like a heavy energy injection to forgive all the shame, all the guilt, all the fear, all the blame that you have absorbed that you didn't really all this. It's not your fault per se, but you absorb it and you think it's yours, and you took it and you hold it in. So now you create blockages for yourself. So I will take those all away, and I will expand your consciousness and instill forgiveness to let it flow smoothly without you all this back to it. Because by forgiving it and understanding what it cost or what you did, or if it's not even your fault, you let it go and you release it. So okay, we have a few minutes, but I will just compress this so that can do the bonus stuff and I can explain. Because to the young ladies in here, great news for everyone. If you haven't known this yet, and if you are in this, some of us are not. Do I have to do transmission right now? Some of us are not in track, or who didn't sign up to go to the higher timelines. They are meant. It's a balance. Some have to go up, some have to go down. It's a balance. So some people sign up. Some people who vibrate out of your life suddenly by irritating you, or suddenly you're evil, I'm blocking you. If they vibrate out ordinarily, they signed up for it. Let them go. It's the sole purpose. And for most of us who's going to the higher timelines, you may notice that you're looking younger as your genes starts to activate, or more and more in tune. Am I safe to say this? Clearance. Okay. Everyone will stop growing at 35 when you're young, and everyone who is old beyond 35 will revert back to their 35 form in pristine, perfect condition, body and everything. Just that's it for now. I couldn't expand, but yeah, it's the good news. I won't say it. Fine. I was about to say, they keep on cutting it. Don't say that. So yeah, you will be reverting back. If you're in that timeline, you will be reverting back to your 35 years old self. So think of the happy things, start developing your spiritual gifts, keep working on them. The more your body gets accustomed, the more your DNA expands, the more you accelerate that one. So let me push that away because we have a lot to do. So clearing space, calling all spiritual teams involved, calling Lady Portia and Zadkiel, who initiated this for today. It was their idea. Thank you. Clear. Everything is set. Safe space is deployed. Hold on. Let me just double check everyone's who will be in this session and in the future. Clear. So we will be doing now first is that I would like your consent. I already got the consent from your higher self and everyone involved with your higher selves or your other selves or your parallel selves. I want you to have the consent to give me everything of your karmic debts. You can just say, I give you every single karmic debt that me and my other selves have, fully, willfully, everything. I'll give you 30 seconds.
I will give you all of my karmic debts, me and all of my other entities on different timelines.
Expanding your scope.
Anymore?
No, I'm just re-expanding every scope to all planes of existence. All in? Not yet. I will now repay all of them, balancing out all the systems, all involved, all parties involved. Repay. I will not repay it until you release everything that you put on it. Everything complete. Yep. You may have some visitations tonight. Whatever they give you, write it down. Is that what they're trying to say? Write it down. Start
Okay.
writing down what they say, what they give you. Yes, call it blessings. I call it blessings when I interact with this the masters, galactics, and they suddenly give me something, and I use it for my modality, for my psychic surgery. Those skills that I'm talking about, some of them are gifts, probably 20% gifts. And some of them, when I'm creating them, I'm in panel with my team, and they say, and we test it out. That's the thing. That's why it's fun, because we test it. Okay, I want to expand on it. They're like, quick, okay, done. That's for later, they say. So okay. So the next one will be karmic ties, summoning all involved. I will be pulling all of those who will watch this video and the one watching this right now. All the karmic ties, even the cords and the contracts, even slavery, everything that binds you in that category, holding it in. I'm gonna release this one. Thank you. As it does not serve for the highest best good, I will repay for whatever penalties incurred with my karmic balance, destroying, repaying, accelerating your manifestations, releasing all of your synchronicities. If people you see changes and you have negative labels, definitions to these people, release it. I already released the ties. Release everything that you have in the past, especially if it's negative labels, everything. Oh, that neighbor is noisy all the time. Release it. See every day, every hour as a new day, and as a new person, as a new circumstances. Even if that comes up all the time and it's negative, take it as a first day. Don't create more ties that I just burned. Next, do you consent for me to instill the energy, the frequency, and the vibration of forgiveness to your macro to micro of your scope or scale, to the cellular memory, to the universal memory of you and your other selves and all involved? Do you consent? Just say yes. Higher selves confirmed. Opening your energetic system. I'm just gonna inject forgiveness for the category of blame, shame, guilt, and fear, and the amplification of forgiveness, understanding, and empathy, projecting, expanding to all to your micro, even to the smallest unit, to the biggest unit. Spreading, replicating, tributing to your other selves, to all involved. Let them go. Release this. It's not yours. Forgive them. For the other timelines, they're a different person. Forgive them for you to ascend. Know that the next person in that timeline is a different person. Although they look the same, feels the same, it's the same. And as you do, you will see major timeline shifts and acceleration in your manifestation in a positive manner. Let it go. Done. Closing, sealing. I'll put a flower. Done. All your energy bodies are all sealed and closed. Now, what's next in the agenda? We have 15 minutes left. So let's go to the bonus part because I want to do a Q&A. They want to do a Q&A, just a cute, probably 5-minute Q&A before we end. So because we have a lot to do for the bonus. So what happens with the bonus is that, let me see. The bonus is I will be removing blockages, obstacles that is hindering you for your most current positive manifestations and align you and accelerate you with your synchronicities, and that will align you to more synchronicities to point you to that manifestation. The allotted a little bit more time with it because the scope is quite big and I'm not sure what you're manifesting positively, but prepare for change. So if you consent, let's begin. Say yes.
Yes.
Do you consent for me to intervene to all of your body fields and everything that is scoped by what you call self, soul, everything? Do you consent for my access for it? And what I will do with your higher self's permission is just what we have just discussed. Remove the blockages and obstacles that is hindering you from your highest positive manifestation and alignment and acceleration of synchronicities and creating synchronicities to further accelerate it. That's, I have to explain it because they have to say, you have to keep on explaining. Okay. Consented, higher self-consent granted, all done. Opening all of your bodies, physical to the energetic, astral, everything. Opening all of your fields, opening all of your existences, non-existences, entities, beings, realms, timelines. Broaden. If you can see what I'm seeing roots growing. As I expand the scope, as I go through from one life to another, it keeps on growing until right now. As some of them affects you in the now, because this is our best timeline. So some of them, let's say, can you bring this to you? Because I know you can fix this. So they're like, hey, bring us or something like that. So there's a lot of those. Let's deal with those all at the same time. Give it time. Even to all involved. No need to repay. Yeah, no need to repay. So everything's paid. Yep, good. Now, the scope also is not limited to spirituality, because when I say blockages and what you're manifesting, I will be hitting your wealth, health, spiritual development, abundance, everything, all aspect of your life. That's why the scope is quite large. Accelerate to completion. I cannot really wait to let it grow. Accelerate, done. Consolidating all of the blockages, implanting balance. Let me throw the blockages for the suspension for a bit. When you take a blockage, it leaves a hole, so it's imbalance. What I will do is I will rebalance it. Spiriting, can you help what is necessary to rebalance everything? We will be affecting also your Akashic records. Because suddenly the Akashic guardians are here. So technically they're rewriting something. So I was like, okay, that's why I was shocked. Akashic records? Okay. Or rebalancing as well, where it's like they're rewriting something. So we're balancing. Now we will be harmonizing everything to align. As now a lot of energies is swirling. It might be too much, that it's too different from your energy. So we will be harmonizing everything so your body can take it. Harmonizing. Wow, that's tough. Balancing. Let me double check. Everything is harmonized. Everything is balanced. Reactivate everything. Only for the highest best good, and it's not a lesson. Sorry if it's a lesson, I won't activate it. So you may have to have a purpose for learning that lesson. So I will not activate it if it's a lesson, but I will activating everything that will help this manifestation to manifest. Or you will get some synchronicities to activate whatever you need. Hopefully they are not forceful as it is now accelerated. If it's persistent, just pick it up even though you don't like it and check what they have to say. Sometimes they will just say they will let you read a book for one word. I have a ton of that. They're like, let me watch a 1 hour show for 2 words. Then with that 2 words, I would get a eureka and I know which one to go next. So please don't give them that much. At least probably 30 minutes max. Don't give them the 1 hour thing. Closing everything, completing. Blockages and obstacles have been removed. Rewritten, now injecting all additional synchronicities with the authority vested in me. I authorized it. Please, spirit teams of those who will be watching, I send this request to you. Accelerate the preference outcome. If not specified, please for the highest best good or give it as a surprise so that they will say, wow, it's really happening. Just give it to them. That will shock them. Thank you. You guys know the fun stuff. I'll leave it to you guys. Checking everything up. Sealing, releasing, connecting, checking everything. Let me see. Let me just do a mental flick on those who's accessing all of your these and everything without your consent. Mental flick. You will feel this very hard like a giant finger hit your head. Better learn to watch what you're trying to access when I'm around. Thank you. Disconnecting. I leave the spirit team to do the work after this session is done to continue working with you. Yes, you're still online, Ariel, so you can sleep now, actually. The next part will be in 3 minutes. We'll be doing a quick Q&A, then the session completes. So you guys can rest. Okay, and stay. I will leave the session bubble up to 24 hours of you from watching this. It's a safe space that only you and your spirit team can dwell on, and everyone you can summon in. And it's like an ICU, so it's a clear area wherever it got deployed, or you can just say, follow me, so follows you. So clears the space. So that's the other thing. It clears the space where you go. So if you want to clear more stuff, you go to your car, go to your other house, you run quickly. So within 24 hours, I'm just kidding. But that's the way. So complete for now. So we have 7 minutes before if you are have questions or looking for guidance, let me know.
I have a question.
Sure.
Your psychic surgery.
Oh,
I've just been reading about it this week. Just the whole process of psychic surgery. How
okay.
long have you been doing it?
6 months
That's
roughly. Because first we call this I wouldn't be, the thing is that when I call surgery on other people in other term is like doing like remove your blockages and everything energetically, like an energy healer.
Yeah.
When they said psychic surgery to me, you're different kind of surgeon, right? You have brain surgeon and everything. What we do with the collective, we inject like these things that we install, like we will be doing, it earns you brownie, karmic brownie points. It automatically manages your energy. It automatically click out things that you don't want in your energy and everything. So it's self-managing. And the trials, you don't have to do it because they're trying it on me. So we do round testings, and there's a lot of stories out there that I have already shared. Like is like my son, when he was younger, suddenly started seeing a B entity. Then the thing is that he got scared. It's doing nothing, but that what triggered that is that I wasn't awakened yet. And with my high affinity with entities, when I get angry, they get involved because there's no rule. I didn't set any rule. So
it's your son.
so I know. At that time, all I know is tongues because I'm a Christian before. I was like, well, I'm still is, but I'm not really a practicing. I have multiple different relations with different religions, and I My religion is I just take what's resonate and leave the rest. So what happened is that this entity was so angry that he flies around but doesn't do anything because I said no. But there's a point that when I do this to my son and he was like pointed at my shoulder, I said, holy, his third eye is open and he's seeing things. So it took us 3 days to stop that one, to the point that my guides let it happen again when he's older. And at that time, I was awakened, but I have created a skill to deal with that kind of entities. But this one sits in the gray area.
Waiting.
It's just stood there and scared my son. He is not negative. Gray area. We explored a lot of gray areas. What happened? This is a manual process. I grab him, throw him where he needs to be, open a portal, throw him where he needs to be, close it, check everything that is his access to you, permanently close it, and that's it. That's the simple the did. But I cannot say how I hit the gray area because of trade secret. But
Oh,
there's
no,
a
but
the gray area that they sit on, and everyone have a different gray area that they can invoke. I just created mine. Once you invoke them, everyone, it never happened anymore. But of course, something else happened because now they're playing with different skills. We're developing different skills. So there's a lot of that. And sometimes our encounters is from patients and everything. So experience with other patients, and most of them are missions. Like I was telling Tracy that every morning, every night, I'm on a mission. And sometimes I use skills that I don't even know. Then I start exploring them. Then I was like, oh, really? So that we started creating details on it. So that's a nutshell of it.
thank you.
If
My mother was a witch. It's funny you mentioned the gray area.
hold on a little bit. If this we can reconnect.
Yeah.
It may take 5 minutes.
Oh, the timeout.
Yeah, we'll do some a
But-
little bit overtime, but
Thing, talked about this to me as a teenager.
Mhm.
Everyone has a gray area, and whether they're on this planet or not, and it's kind of it's sort of like suspended animation, depending on how they've been or how they behave.
yes, there's a ton of gray areas.
Yeah,
It's how
different grades of it.
there's a one skill that I have that manages everything, and that thing handles all gray areas. And every time I encounter it, I put it in that one, everything gets hit.